Yeah, that's that old school funk, man. Y'all remember that? Yeah, that's way back in the day, man. But anyway, man, it's your brother. And hopefully your friend, Big Hill. Rockwasey in the bill. Each one teach one. Yeah, I flipped my camera on, man. I was compelled to make this video because of I guess you call it a debate. You know, I have an Instagram friend, you know, that often sends me stuff, right? You know, she sends me, and most of the stuff she sent me is about, you know, elite pedophilia and child trafficking and things of this nature, you know. And this morning, you know, she sent me something that said good morning. It was about Dr. Dre's wife being a man. And I had already saw, you know, memes and videos and shit about people saying she's a man. So what I did was I said good morning. And then I put, you know, extraordinary claims require extraordinary proof. You know, so she commenced to send me pictures of Meghan Markle faking a pregnancy. You know, she said Beyonce faked the pregnancy. She said, you know, Robin Harris made several videos about test tube babies and artificial insemination, and you know, and how trannies can look like a man, and I mean, you know, trannies being men looking like women. And I'm like, okay, all this may be true, but that doesn't prove that Dr. Dre's wife is a transsexual or a tranny, and she didn't bear her children, because that's what I told her. You know, you said, man, I said they have children. She said, well, she didn't have those children. That's when I said, prove it. Then that's what it was. Yeah, I said, well, Dr. Dre's wife, I mean, they have children. Dr. Dre and his wife, or his ex-wife. And she said, well, those not his children. Then I said, okay, well, extraordinary claims require extraordinary proof. You need to prove that. So she began to send me all these videos about the things that I just mentioned. And we begin this debate, and all I'm keep telling her is all that doesn't prove that Dr. Dre's wife is a tranny and didn't bear her children. Because Robin Harris made jokes, and how did she say Hollywood got rid of him because he was making jokes about artificial insemination and test tube babies. And since Meghan Markle, she got pictures of Meghan Markle dropping her so-called quote-unquote fake baby, which, you know, could be Photoshopped, right? Because, you know, there's a lot of Photoshopping going on these days. And, you know, and all these other things that she was talking about does not prove that Dr. Dre's wife didn't bear children. You know, and that's why, man, I bought this book right here. Logical Fallacies, right? Because, you know, I like a healthy debate. You know, I don't like ignorant nigga shit. And, but, you know, every now and then I'll jump in some shit, man, that I really don't care about. Like trannies and all this stuff. And elite being pedophiles and child trafficking. Man, that shit been known. This is nothing new. You know, so I bought that book right there so I'll be able to tell people what their logical fallacies are. Like the one she made about Robin Williams. That's an appeal to celebrity. I just finished reading about that the other day. You can't take a celebrity and just because they said something, use that as proof to prove a point. Just because they said something. They made a joke, several jokes in several of their shows. You're going to say this means that. No, you can't do that, man. That's a logical fallacy. And that's why I'm reading that book. You know, and another thing is, man, you know, man, I'm 5.5 decades around the sun, right? And what I've learned and what I've been practicing lately over the last 2 or 3 years is being real particular, man, about where I spend my energy, right? You know, what I pay attention to. You know, my mind and my spirit are the most intimate aspects of who I am. What I'm gonna say is who we are. And we need to be particular about the things that we pay attention to and what we allow into our spirit. And me, you know, I'm like, man, if that shit don't have nothing to do with my daily reality. You know, she sent me some voice messages about, you know, our children growing up in this society, so they need to know about it. Okay, well, teach your children that. My stepdaughters are 27 and 18. You know what I'm saying? And we have conversations about, you know, me and my woman, we had to go and educate ourselves on gender now, because they got like 29 or more different genders. So in order to have a conversation with these young folk about it, I have to be schooled on it, because I'm from the old school. It ain't about 2 or 3 genders. No, it ain't but 2 genders, male and female. No, it was sexualities, not gender. There's 29 different sexualities or more. I seen one Google search that said it was 46 sexualities. Well, I'm from the old school. When I was growing up, it wasn't but 3 sexualities: heterosexual, homosexual, and bisexual. Either you like women, you like men, you like same-sex relations, or you just don't give a damn. You fuck men and women. But now there's like 29 or more different sexualities. So me and my sweetheart, we went through them all to educate ourselves on what they mean, you know, so we can have an intelligent conversation with the youth about it. So I understand her point where it means something to her, but in my reality, man, goddamn it, transgender and shit don't mean nothing to me. I don't care nothing about this shit. Do what the fuck. If you're a man, you want to be a woman, be one. If you're a woman, you want to be a man, do what you do, man. What I care about, man, you know, is health and well-being. You know, mental health is real in the black community. I care about trying to get black folk to see the connection, because black folk are dying at an alarming rate of hypertension, diabetes, heart disease, and cancer. And I'm trying to get folk to understand, man, that there's a direct link between what you're eating and these conditions. And these conditions can be reversed with a plant-based diet. Because I do all the research, listen to all the doctors and nutritionists. I study books on nutritional healing. And I listen to the experts. I watch the documentaries. I do my own independent research. I try to learn physiology and nutrition and phytochemicals and how they affect the body. The next book that I'm gonna buy is about neuroscience, science of the mind and the brain. Those are the things I'm interested in. Why? Because, and also spirituality. Trying to teach, or, you know, try to share information and point people to claiming their own divinity, instead of holding on to these the mind fuckery of these religions that was indoctrinated into us. Study spiritual things in the spirituality of our ancestors, and Sankofa go back to that and let these Europeans have back their shit, because they haven't done anything for us. Keeps us colonized in the colonized mind state. That's what I'm interested in. I don't give a damn about the elite, child sex trafficking and pedophilia. I know that shit going on. But as long as it ain't going on in my community or in my circle of influence, man, I ain't getting ready to lend a whole lot of my energy to it. You know what I'm saying? That's just where I'm at with that. But you know, this morning I made the mistake of really commenting on it, and it led into a debate, but I had to back out of it, man. I'm like, man, that's too much energy I'm putting into this. That's why I'm sent her a comment, man, you know, that I don't really care. And she sent me a couple of messages back, you know. But yeah, man, I don't give a damn about Dr. Dre White being a goddamn transsexual. My point is this right here. Man, if you're gonna make a statement, be able to prove concretely that what you're saying is true. And you got to understand what proof really is. You know, if you can't show me a goddamn birth certificate that says Andre Young's wife is a male and here's a birth certificate proving it. If you can't show a doctor, you know what I'm saying, that did the goddamn artificial insemination on her, or you can't show the paperwork showing that she did that, man, you can't just bring up other shit and say just because these motherfuckers did it or this is going on in our society means that that's the case with them. Man. And you can show pictures, you know, you can show a picture and then give your analysis of the picture. And because you give your analysis of the picture and you sold on the idea, then that proves what you're saying. Nah, not to me it doesn't. Because when I finished reading this book, and I just started it, I read Experiment because I'm reading about 3 different books and I have to work long hours, so by the time I get off, I'm fucking tired. So, you know, I like to really study the books that I'm reading, so it's a grind with me. But by the time I finish with it, I'll be able to go in there and point to the fallacy, the logical fallacy that's being made with the arguments that I choose to debate it. That's one reason why I fell back from arguing and debating, right? Because I'm like, okay, man, if you're gonna debate somebody, you need to, man, know what you're doing. You know, you need to be able to point to the logical fallacy and explain to them why their premise is wrong, instead of just saying it's wrong and not being able to really prove it's wrong. Because, you know, the same way proof works in a debate for a person making a claim, I got to be able to prove too. You know what I'm saying? So for me, I start with the logical fallacies, right? And then I go into other information and primary sources that I have to prove my point, right? But man, just emotional bullshit about something I don't really care about, man, I'm not getting ready to waste my time and energy on that. No. I gotta conserve my energy, shit. I need to serve my energy so when I get home, man, you know what I'm saying, I can take care of my business in the bedroom or some shit like that, you know what I mean? I ain't got time to be wasting energy. I'm 55 years old. I ain't got time to be wasting I try to stay concerned about shit that affects my circle of influence and my immediate daily living. Because that's the reality that I live. I'm not getting ready to, man, be concerned about a whole lot of shit, man, that I ain't got no control over. Can't do nothing about. Nah, I'm not getting ready to loan my motherfucking energy to that. And I'm not getting ready to let a whole bunch of nonsense. I ain't gonna call it nonsense. I'm not gonna be able to let a lot of stuff that I deem that's irrelevant into my spirit and into my psyche. I'm just not gonna do it. You know, and maybe, man, when, you know, those that don't understand that get a little older, you know what I'm saying? Because if you ask people in my generation, in my age, they'll probably tell you the same thing. But, you know, when you get a little older, you'll understand the paradigm, right? Right now, you don't. But keep living. You'll get it. Anyway, that's all I wanted to say about that, man. Peace. I'm out.